How do you react to that, Wright?
Well, I suppose you probably have to give Villa credit. They didn't start well. First half, you wouldn't say they started well, but second half they got on the ball. I'm sure I had a word with them. They got on the ball, passed it around, moved us around a bit. I think we kind of went in our shell a bit, lost our intensity, whereas Villa found theirs. And you've got to remember as well, they hit the post and the bar with Tielemans, and they just looked more dangerous. And I thought there was a jeopardy about them that was quite frightening, but we needed to put them away in the first half. But we just didn't seem to have that energy and intensity to really turn the screw on Villa. And I think they recognised that. And in the second half, they got on the ball more and started to play, and then they got their rewards. Like 2 shots on target, 2 goals, very ruthless with the finishing, but I think that Villa deserved to win that game.
And as you can see, Villa 3 points ahead of Spurs, having played a game more in that race for 4th. They're enjoying the moment, and rightly so, and a bit like Crystal Palace earlier on, Michael. Let's put this into context. They're only the 2nd team to win in the Premier League at the Emirates all season, and only the 2nd team to stop Arsenal scoring at home this season.
Yeah, Arsenal have been formidable, haven't they? Especially at home, and defensively they look so rock solid. But to concede 2 goals, we see what their former gunner feels about that, going back to his old ground and winning. But they've been so good at home, so good defensively. But Villa were good. They hung on in there and showed a bit of quality themselves. As Wrighty said, they were unlucky in the first half, hitting the inside of the post. And then they hit the bar and the post from Tielemans. So they were knocking on the door, and then Emmet came on and made a difference. Wasn't that easy as finish, made it look easy. And yeah, it was a very, very good performance from Villa in the end. But a sickener for Arsenal, a sickener for Liverpool. I mean, Manchester City fans and players must be sitting on their sofas at the moment. Laughing, giggling, popping the champagne already, maybe not quite,
no,
but
sure.
a huge day for them.
Well, the adrenaline pumping through the Villa veins, as you can see. They have beaten Arsenal 2-0 at the Emirates. So 9 down of this Premier League weekend that has had twists and turns everywhere you've seen, but none more than this Sunday after Newcastle demolished Spurs. Brentford got back to winning ways. Manchester City, 5 goals. And that victory against Luton put them top of the table on Saturday in the 2-2 draws between Forest and Wolves, and more drop points for Manchester United, this time at Bournemouth. And then today, Liverpool, for just the 2nd time in 58 home Premier League games, lose 1-0 to Palace. Fulham won at West Ham for the first time since 1966. And Arsenal, beaten for just the 2nd time all season at home in the Premier League, 2-0. Didn't score a single goal or take a point off Aston Villa in the 2 fixtures. Remember, we still have Everton's trip to Chelsea to come in Matchday Live and Final Word on the Monday Night Football. And that's an important game for Everton at the bottom, because as you can see, they're just 2 points now after that latest deduction above the drop zone. They do have a couple of games in hand on all of those teams around them. The 3 promoted teams, Sheffield United, Burnley and Luton, still the ones in the drop zone. Well, how many people would have expected the top 3 to remain the same today? I don't believe you if you're sticking your hand up right now. Even the most ardent of supporters wouldn't have expected that. Liverpool beaten, staying on 71. Arsenal beaten, staying on 71. 2 points clear. The reigning champions, Manchester City, looking to become the first team to win 4 Premier League titles in a row. It's now back in their hands. 6 to go. If they win all 6, they will win 4 in a row. And just to remind you, Aston Villa 3 points clear of Spurs, having played a game more in the race for 4th. West Ham's defeat, incidentally, good news for Newcastle in particular, who stay in that definite final European place.
Declan, first league defeat of 2024. Where did Arsenal fall short today?
Not killing the game off in the first half. I think that's the biggest one. I think the space that we had, the chances that we created, the chances that we missed. I think in games like this, you have to be scoring 1 or 2 of them, and in the end, it come back to haunt us.
Lost home and away to Villa this season without scoring. What makes this Villa side so hard to play against?
I don't know, to be honest with you, because in both games we could have scored 3 or 4 goals. So it's more on our side, to be honest with you. Yeah, they're a great team, and they hold the line really well and they're compact. The chances that we have in these games, we've got to be taking them, and so it falls on us, really.
Looking at the table now, just how damaging could this defeat be?
Yeah, obviously it doesn't read good, being 2 points behind Man City, but I think as you see with the other results today, there's going to be so many more twists and turns towards the end. We've just got to stay positive. You know, we've got 6 football matches that we need to give absolutely everything for, and still, you know, good things can happen. We just need to focus on ourselves, really.
How did it affect you psychologically playing last this weekend? Was there additional pressure? Did you know that Liverpool had lost?
No, because I turned my phone off, so I didn't know the result. I just see it then when I come back in. So it's even more a bit of a kick in the teeth seeing that result. But look, we played last, you know, before we played last against Man City the other day, so it doesn't really have much difference. It's just annoying that, you know, we couldn't get something from the game, because even if you can't win, definitely don't lose and you take a point. And in the end, we've taken nothing, which is obviously gutting.
It was a half-empty Emirates by the end. It's been such an incredible atmosphere here throughout the season. I'm sure you can understand their frustration, but how much you're going to need your fans now in this final run-in? Yeah,
we're going to need them massively. I think the change in the energy with them has been unbelievable. They've been like our 12th player this year. The home atmosphere they've created has been outstanding, and six big ones to go, so we're going to need them every step of the way.
How important now to pick yourselves up and go again, because you've got a massive Champions League game coming up, don't you?
Yeah, it's the perfect game for a reaction. You know, we need a reaction on Wednesday night, and you know, it's a great chance to show our character and leadership. So it's time to go out there and hopefully get into the semi-final of the Champions League.
Good luck, and thank you. Thanks for your time. Thanks, guys.
We've got obviously a lot of focus on the result, which is a hammer blow, but it all comes back to performance in the end. What did you make of the performance?
Well, 2 very different ones. The first half, superb, and one of the best halves that we have played against a top team. Should have been 3 or 4 or more, I don't know. You don't put that scoreline and you don't reflect on that in the second half. We lack momentum. Didn't happen a lot of things, but we didn't have the flow that we had in the first half, and then we conceded 2 very, very poor goals.
So how did they take that momentum away from you?
Well, credit to them, because in the first half we had a lot. We were a bit unprecise with the ball. We didn't have enough sequences in the right areas to do what we did in the first half. We're struggling to regain the ball as well in the areas that we did in the first half, and that's it. And then we lost it, and you have to congratulate the opponent.
So if you look back at key reasons, do you actually look back at not being clinical first half, not being 3 or 4 ahead like you said you deserve?
For sure. And when you're at this level, you have to punish them. It's not like you're going to do that for 95 minutes against a top opponent. And we haven't done that. At least don't concede again the goals that we have.
Do you think it began to play on minds, the fact that you hadn't got the goals your performance warranted?
Well, I don't know. That's more a question for the players that are there, but that's always in football the case, you know. And then you have to be sometimes a bit more patient than we were in the second half to find our moments, and we're trying to do that as well with the changes. That's when we concede the goal.
I was going to ask you about the changes, particularly taking off Martin Odegaard, who was a big influence on the game first half. You're thinking?
Yeah, because he had a big issue. That's why.
Okay. How important now? You've talked about being emotionally stable. You said that in midweek when you were behind in the game. How important now is emotional stability? There's going to be a lot of noise. City at the top now. How do you cut through that?
We cannot control that. What we can control is when you have the run that we had, and you win, 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 and you draw, and you win. Easy to be a leader, easy to stand up, easy to stand here, easy to be around with the flow. Is now. The moment is now. After this blow, how we react, we had the best opportunity to react on Wednesday night against Bayern Munich. And now the team has to show it, and now we have to make sure that we react in the way that if you want to win, you have to expect to overcome these situations.
So is that for you as well? Big voices, leaders, like you say, when you're winning and winning and winning, that's one thing.
It was going to happen at some stage. With the games that we had, it was going to happen. Now how we react to that, that's going to be the key.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time you blinked since New Year's Eve, really. Is there a danger it becomes bigger in the players' heads than it actually is? You start thinking about last year and what's happened in the past.
That's easy. What you can control is how you're going to feel now, the way you talk now, the way you react, and the way you look ahead of what is happening on Wednesday. And this is in our control.
It never feels good to be behind Man City. They've got obviously a great record of finishing things off. Is that another thing to shut out
Yeah, but we cannot control that.
Still possible.
With the amount of games that you have won in a row in any other league in the world, you are 6 or 8 points clear. It's not the case now, and this is the challenge.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Mikael.
For their Champions League challenge. Remember, 41 years since they've been in the top competition in Europe. Having said that, at 84 minutes, it was 0-0. I mean, it was real late drama there.
Yeah, it was, but like you did find in the second half, especially they came back in. But this was an unbelievable effort from Tielemans. It was just like fantastic effort. In fact, this is the goal. This is the goal. Look at Martinelli. This is what I was thinking. This is where Arsenal have been so good defensively. Everybody's been switched on, but in this instant, Martinelli, if you look at him now, right, this is his man. That's his man in this situation. He's got to get tighter to him. It's just as simple as that. You know, you give up two opportunities and they take them for these reasons. People switch off. He knows now. He realised now. Look, that's his man, and that's the difference. The margins. Same thing happened with Bayern. A couple of lapses in concentration, and you get punished. And that's what happened today.
That was a brilliant run from the near post from Pau Torres. He's up there because there was a corner just beforehand, but he's made a cracking near post run. If he doesn't make that run, that goal doesn't occur. And it was a lovely finish. And then this was the second one. Of course, Arsenal are pushing at this point. There's only a few minutes to go in the game, but Ollie Watkins, you just saw him at the top of the picture there. He's actually just in his own half as this ball comes through. And I just love this finish. You know, when a defender is sort of diving in, stretching, and you know the goalkeeper's going to dive at your feet as well, you can take them both out in one foul clip. And that was a lovely little difference.
I think, again, here, you know, I think Jorginho, he's got to keep that going. He's got to put that over to the right-hand side, keep the play moving. He's trying to go back into the bodies, but, like, look at Ollie Watkins here. He's in total control of the situation. Ball on the right side of him. He's running at a nice pace and everything. He's in total control of that situation. Yeah, he gets a little deflection, but I think that's beating the goalkeeper anyway. Brilliant goal, Ollie.
Yeah, absolute class. Love the finish, the right choice at the right time. Kept the defender away with a little bit of strength, a little bit of a change of pace as well, and a beautiful finish. Yeah. So it was the icing on the cake for Aston Villa. Great performance.
And those numbers, Ollie Watkins, 19 now in the Premier League.
Yes.
19 in the Premier League. Yeah, I mean, I've said on this programme many times that this is a guy that can really improve, can really keep scoring more and more goals. I've seen a huge improvement in this game in recent years, and there's no reason whatsoever why he can't go and win a Golden Boot or have a regular run in the England team. I think he's got that potential.
How many do you get between you? Golden Boots?
Was it 4?
4.
You get 2?
Well, it's a good job you were saying nice things about him, because he's waiting to speak to us while you confirm. Live at the Emirates.
Okay, I'd expect them to start. They're very good out of possession and in possession, putting the pressure on Villa, who's still frightened me because there's a lot of certain jeopardy. But Martin Odegaard has been magnificent. But like this for me, it's got to come across the goal. You have to head that back across goal. You know, he's going for a side where you've got a player in front of you and the goalkeeper covering that side. You know, so it was a tough one. But this one, Mike, you know, again, we was talking about it earlier on about the chances in trying to, like, you know, finding a place. Look how much goal. Just got to open your foot out and let it go to the right-hand side of the goal when you look at it from this side, Mick. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'm too close to it all.
No, I mean, it's an amazing save, but he shouldn't have a chance at all.
No
I mean, he's
chance.
got literally 3/4 of the goal to aim at here, over this side, hasn't he? Where the camera is, anywhere around the camera there. And it's a goal, but he's safe, isn't it? Playing safe. And you get nothing for safety in the Premier League.
Now, 37 seconds before that, you say you were worried about Villa. It was extraordinary. Actually, he came off Zinchenko's back, but their top scorer, Ollie Watkins, was in, and again, we're talking about fine margins here.
And the thing with it is, when he went for it, I actually fancied him because when this happened, this just kind of sums it up for Zinchenko at the moment. You know what I mean? He's trying to just give space. But Ollie Watkins from here, he does everything right. You know, you look at it. You have to give Raya some credit maybe for the angle that he's given. He's got his angles right because Ollie Watkins is trying to get this on the inside of the post, but I'm thinking that's going to creep in, and I'm saying, wow. That's what I'm saying. Look at that, look. I tell you what, he had a bit more space. He could have maybe hit it closer to the keeper. It might have gone in, but it was a great effort from him. But, you know, it would have been I would have been devastated if that went.
Yeah, Wrighty's emotions are up and down. One man who's remained cool and level and outstanding in that first half, who's really caught your eye, is Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, we've been drooling over some of his touches, some of his passing. I mean, he's just pure class, isn't he? Just take a look at a few of these clips here. I mean, this pass is just incredible. One of the passes of the season. Great vision, great pace on the pass. He knows how to find space. That touch there, he takes on his back foot, but he...
Much time with that high line, he's going to be able to get it over the top to Havertz as well.
What's the message now?
I think they've just got to keep doing what they're doing, and obviously you've got to watch out for that back door simply because of the danger that Villa have when they've got in a couple of times. It has seemed a little bit like that's quite easy. Pass, bam, 2 passes, 3 passes there in against the back, the 2 at the back. So we've got to be too careful about that because that's what happened with us against Bayern Munich.
They are throughout the counter, Villa, aren't they?
Yeah, this is a good game for a 0-0. I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, and they're brave, aren't they? They'll play out, and Arsenal are brave as well, and they don't mind leaving 2v2 at the back, or even 3v2. They were down 3v2 on one occasion as well. So yeah, I fancy goals, even though we've had a 0-0. I think there's going to be another entertaining half.
Well, only West Ham in the last 16 Premier League games at the Emirates have stopped Arsenal scoring. West Ham
have been plenty of chances, and good chances, including one for Ollie Watkins that was gifted to him, Colin. Absolutely, could have scored from nothing really. Gabriel here, get the ball, no pressure on him, he rush a pass, hit his teammate back, and then that's why you get in the Premier League. You have killers like Watkins. He did the right things. Unfortunately, the ball just bounced on the post and go out. But that was a big chance, and Hassan have to be really careful on those breaks. It's what you were saying earlier, Paul. The title race can do strange things to players who've been excellent and consistent all season.
Yeah, it's nervy now. This clock starts moving very quickly now, especially second half. Yeah, they got away with one there. You know, Gabriel's not the hardest pass in the world. He's got to put that just down the side of Zinchenko. And they're fortunate. I mean, how many times do you ever see a ball at the inside of the post and spin round the other post? Very rare. And also, Arsenal have had plenty of chances of their own in that first half, as you would imagine, at home to Villa, Jamie.
They really have, and this falls to the right man, probably their most clinical finisher. But what it is a brilliant save by Martin. We've seen him doing it in World Cup finals. He just gets that big size 13 feet out and just manages to keep it out. It's an unbelievable save. He gets a really good contact on it. Should score, of course he should, but it is a brilliant save. But it's reminiscent of what we saw a few hours ago at Liverpool. Same thing. Nerves, is it? You don't know quite what it is. That should be a goal, Paul, shouldn't it?
That's a sitter. An absolute sitter. He should score that all day. They've had some good chances. They've got to put one away. I mean, this is just a half chance, if I'm being honest. Do well to score from there with a goalie. But yeah, they just got to keep... They need to win. Draw's no good, in my opinion. They have to win this football match. It's a huge 45 minutes. You don't want to be going into the last 6 games of the season and giving it to Man City and putting it in Man City's hands, because they won't let you down.
You've seen plenty from Arsenal to suggest they can go on and win it, but do they just need to improve, as Paul was saying, a bit in the second half if they're going to take all 3 points? Absolutely. They have to be much more clinical in front of the goal. They're playing against a really good Aston Villa side, which defend very well together. They're really compact in front of the boxes.
It's 1,001 games for you now as a manager, and so many times over 20 years we've seen you come up with a game plan which has had a huge impact on a match. I know you touched on it a bit there, but just tell us a bit about the game plan today. And do you think this sort of challenge brings the best out of you as a coach?
We are analysing deeply each match, and we played 10 days ago in Manchester City and we lost 4-1. But we were trying to understand a lot of things. We did good, but we needed one step ahead, doing something better. And today was the example. We used this match to try to improve and to try to learn about this match.
Can you tell us what that something is? That's something from City that you did today?
Firstly is defence. Defence is strong, defence strongly. The small details in defence as well. The small spaces try to be narrow, to be inside, try to avoid at the beginning line passes, and then be compact with the players. And more or less it was the first idea we had in our game plan today. And then it was try to get our time as well with the ball, keeping ball possession, trying to avoid their press, trying to do passes and being patient, and we did. first half we did better the second half, and progressively we impose our positioning as well the second half better than the first half.
What does the result mean to you personally coming back here to Arsenal?
It's not a leverage. It's for Aston Villa, and it's because we had 60 points, and with those points we have 63, and we are closer to being the top 5. This is the only objective I had before the match, and of course Arsenal to beat here then is very difficult because they are doing an amazing season, and I think they are very difficult to lose here, to create chances here against them is being very difficult. And of course I am very proud of our work, of how the player they were focusing and being demanding themselves to get it, and I'm very proud for it.
Lastly, does this feel like a big step towards Champions League football? Your result, but also the other results that have gone your way this weekend.
Yes, today the 3 points we played is the same point we played last week against Brentford, and we were winning 2-0 and very good draw. The same point, and the same point we're going to play next Saturday against Bournemouth. And if we are not then being consistent like we were today, we can lose. And of course, this is the demand, and this is the level we want to face and to fight against teams like today. But even against Brentford, even against Bournemouth, and this is the way, and this is as well sharing with the match we are going to play on Thursday as well. Very difficult in Lille.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Guys, well played in a season filled with top draw Aston Villa performances. That must be right at the top. How good a performance, how big a win is that, Ollie?
Yeah, I think it's massive to come away to Arsenal when they're playing such good football, controlling games, and to play like that just shows where we've come and where we're going, really. It's probably a perfect away performance.
And you saw you go over to the away fans at the end, like Klopp-esque punching of the air. It looked like you particularly enjoyed that win.
I enjoy every win, to be fair. But yeah, they've been supporting us home and away. We knew that we need a big away win for our Champions League hopes. So this is the first step. We've got 5 finals left. But we need to enjoy this one and go on Thursday and try to qualify to semi-finals.
What was it for you? 11 years a gunner, but goodness me, you've hurt them today.
Yeah, I think it's 10, 11 years here, so I still love the club. I still got friends here. You know, when you spend 10 years in your life, I came here as a young lad and I left as a man. So I always love this club. I always will.
And Ollie, I think you've got a bit of a soft spot for them yourself, haven't you?
Well, I used to. When I grew up, I was supporting Arsenal, but it's a different story now. I'm playing against them. Yeah, not too much to say, really.
I mean, the key thing is not your connections with Arsenal. What a result for Aston Villa.
Yeah, I think any win is a big result, but considering the other results, I spoke to you before the game, we're focusing on ourselves, but we're fighting for Champions League, and we knew it was going to be tough today coming away to Arsenal with the football that they're playing, but we've shown what a good side we are, and I think a lot of people doubted us. They thought that we played good football, but we wouldn't come here and get a result. So I feel like we've proved a few people wrong.
What did you make of that minute in the first half? Absolutely crazy. You're both involved in it. You got a shot, hits the inside of the post, and somehow spins back past the other post.
Yeah, I've seen them go in. I was running up already celebrating, and then I saw that it bounce out. There's not much more I can really do in that situation apart from score. But yeah, I'm confident that when it goes up the other end, that Emi's going to always make a save. I know how difficult it is to score against him in training, so yeah, I'm confident when the other attacker goes through that they're probably not going to score.
And I guess, it's purely instinctive, but that one of those big legs of yours got you out of trouble?
Yeah, honestly, I try to work on that. I'm quite flexible, and when I have time to react, obviously the foot save is always good for a goalie. Not that I always do it. It just depends on the situation, but I try to keep the team in the game, even sometimes when we lose. I always try to be focused on making saves, because I think Oli should win the Player of the Season. Many people saying When you play for a big six, when you play for a big six, always they got more credit. To be fair, but Oli scoring what was that 20 goals?
19, isn't it?
Yeah, 19.
One behind Erling Haaland.
Yeah, 19, 20 goals with the chances that he scored. I think he should be a really, really good contender to win Player of the Season.
I mean, you've got a comment on that.
No, obviously it's nice that he's saying that. I'm just trying to let my football do the talking. I felt like I played well today. I grew into the game. Second half, I was coming to get the ball. And even if I come off the pitch, I was happy without a goal. I was happy with my performance. So, yeah, the little thing is nice, yeah.
Last one to you, because you said earlier on in the interview you always love Arsenal. Do you hope they can recover? Do you hope they can bounce back?
I think they're still second, aren't they? So they play Champions League in 4 days' time against Bayern Munich. I think they come far. They've got one of the best managers in the world as well. I work with Mikel. I know how good he is. I don't think they're gonna put a really good performance next week.
Well done to you. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Well done.
I'm Derek Ray. I'm joined for commentary by former Arsenal fullback Lee Dixon. And without doubt, a match with the potential to bring genuine excitement. It's Luton Town taking on Chelsea.
Hi Derek, thank you. Well, both managers will be reminding their players how important...
Well, it could be on for him here. Is it going to be? Keeper getting the touch. And it's gone behind for the corner. Over it comes. Did his job defensively. And they'll get ready for the throw-in. Pearson. So after that, a goal kick it'll be. Well, pick your adjective where Hakim Ziyech is concerned. Explosive, I think, might be an approach. Can they take the lead here? And mistimed the run, sadly. That's offside. Throw-ins given. This looks promising.
Well, it's the care and attention, all that works.
And a blunder by the keeper. Werner. Promising attack, but his timing was off. Well, they've lost possession of the ball. Nicely cut out. Oh, that's an interesting pass. Ziyech. In it goes. An early goal. No wonder they're celebrating.
Well, as we look at this again, the keeper's every right to ask where his back line was, but 2v1 in the end. He's thinking now, is he going to pass or go round me? He's got no chance.
Well, real difficulty keeping the ball. Ball's gone.